boxing truth here. Errol Spence Jr. is not worth $3.5 million for a Lamont Peterson fight. Man, Al Heyman has got to dig into his pockets. He's got to overpay a shitload of money just to stop Errol Spence from jumping ship. And that's why Errol Spence turned down the Miguel Cotto fight, because he was offered more money to fight a lesser opponent, even though no promoter in the world will pay Errol Spence $3.5 million to fight Lamont Peterson. I mean, where would that money come from? It's not a pay-per-view fight. It's not a fight that sells 30,000 tickets. So, no pay-per-view revenue. Well, what's Lamont Peterson going to get? 100K? No network, Showtime or HBO, a premium network, is going to throw $4 million license fee for a fight. Doesn't happen. So where is this money coming from? It's simple. Heyman has to overpay Spence to keep him on Team Heyman. Otherwise, Errol Spence probably would have signed with Golden Boy. If he was making the same type of money as before, fighting on undercards, having to go overseas to win his first title, he probably would have jumped ship. But he's getting paid a substantial amount of money to fight this type of opponent. I mean, it's unheard of. I mean, I don't know how true it is. It's being thrown out there by numerous reporters. I find it very interesting and like, damn, you gonna overpay that much to fight Lamont Peterson? And even the offer he was given by Golden Boy surprised me. But it only revealed that had Spence took that fight would have been on pay-per-view. That's the only way he would have gotten $2.5 million. If that fight was on pay-per-view, Golden Boy would have took the risk. They would have hoped for about at least 200K buys. Then you can cover Spence's purse and also Miguel's. And the type of other revenue streams, you know, ticket sales and all that other shit, international rights, they would have covered had they put that fight on pay-per-view. All they needed was 200K buys. So, had Mikey or Errol Spence took that fight, it would have been on pay-per-view. Had Jesse Vargas take the fight, it would have been on regular HBO, which is why he was offered much less. But, you know, Errol, he made up his mind. I don't know if he was offered a long-term agreement, but according to Golden Boy, according to Oscar at least, he wasn't trying to lock Errol Spence down. So to me, I think he was offered the same as Mikey, a 4-fight deal, not a long-term commitment, a purse that's within reality, that's not, you know, subsidized like Andre Ward's purses for Rock Nation. It was a great opportunity, but he doesn't want a promoter. He wants to stay with Heyman, and he wants to wait for a fight that's about a year away from now with Keith Thurman. It might be a year and a half. It might not take place till 2019. It's all up to Heyman. He's the guy that moves all the strings when it comes to that. They'll fight when Al Heyman says they want him to fight. But man, $3.5 million. What's he paying Mikey Garcia? What's he paying Keith Thurman? It's crazy what Heyman has to do now to keep his fighters, and it's very revealing how all these promoters they're trying to poach his fighters. They're trying to make runs at him, and he has to dig in his pockets to keep them, because this ain't 2015 no more. That Top Rank settlement changed everything. Now Top Rank's on ESPN. They can negotiate with other networks. Golden Boys with ESPN. They're showcasing their fights, and they're not time buys either. So not only were the exclusive deals taken away, the tie-out agreements where other promoters can't do business with that network and promoters can't sign Heyman fighters because he had those tie-out agreements. But that Top Rank settlement changed everything. Heyman had to take those exclusive tie-out agreements away. So now promoters can make offers to his fighters. And Heyman has to overpay like a motherfucker just to keep them. So, isn't this enough evidence to reveal that Danny Jacobs left Heyman? I mean, this is the proof right here. Heyman doesn't want his fighters to sign with promoters. Danny Jacobs bounced. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. He didn't even thank Al Heyman in that press conference. Didn't even thank him. And now you got a bunch of PBC fighters not willing to sign with Golden Boy. And from what's being reported, it wasn't even a long-term agreement. 4 fights. Very reasonable if you ask me. And a chance to put yourself on the map, make yourself a bigger name against the perfect opponent. A guy who's 37 and considered way past it. But hey, it's your career. It's your decision. But like Oscar says, maybe these guys are simply getting wrong advice and not making the right business decisions. Only time will tell when it comes to these guys. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.